Hey, what's up guys? Ryan from the Grappling Central podcast. I'm here today with a man that I don't need to introduce. You guys know who this is. UFC heavyweight champion Frank Mir. We just completed our first Grappling Central seminar series. It's a huge hit. Frank, what'd you think of it, man?
I thought it was awesome. Everybody was, I think, really into it, very positive. Yeah. And I even learned a few techniques. We made some adjustments some of the guys in the group made. Brian, good job, man. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so what we're gonna do real quick is just so everyone out there who didn't get to make it to the seminar, I'm gonna hook you guys up and we're gonna have Frank show us something really cool that he showed us today that hopefully you can use in training and competition. So Frank, if you don't mind, that guillotine.
Yeah, so basically it's an arm and guillotine, and I made a variations off of it because I felt that a lot of guys, especially in MMA and no-gi grappling, when there's not a gi top on or even a rash guard, there's always an opportunity for someone to pull their head out. And you can see that in my fight with Alistair over him. I went to go ahead and grab the guillotine, but because I drove back too soon and didn't have the proper hand position, he was able to pop his head out. So now knowing that that's a bad mistake, I've made some adjustments. And there's a guy actually out of New Mexico, Albuquerque, named Chris Luttrell, who really helped me also too with the way I grip now. And so a lot of credit to him. You know how that is in MMA. You're always learning from everybody. So basically what I do is I rotate my hand over. So the hand that's going around the neck, right? If I'm choking with my right arm now on top of Ryan, that thumb is facing me. The reason being is if I grab conventional and my thumb just kind of faces towards across my opponent or even maybe towards him and I grip normally, you can see that my elbow is not able to get too deep to cover the back of his neck. And whenever I want to do the guillotine, I want to be as tight to the top of his neck and not leave any space here because that's an area for him to escape. So to move my shoulder forward, I discovered, and Chris showed me the grip, is that I move my hand, moving my thumb towards me, and then my arm that's wrapping over his arm is gonna reach for my thumb. That also does a way of rotating my ulna into his carotid artery. It also makes the hole smaller. So now I have a loop that's choking him. The bigger the loop, the more my muscles have to cinch up that hold. The minute I lock the loop up this way, less gap for the person to have less room to breathe, so I make the noose that much tighter. And also, it makes it harder for me to squeeze with my biceps, so it forces me to squeeze with my back, which is a stronger muscle and has more endurance and can last a lot longer than just trying to curl with my biceps. So when I lock up the grip, I hold it here and I squeeze. The next thing I do is that when I fall down, I make sure that I keep my foot, I'll switch head grips so that way you can see. Sure. I make sure that my foot, I don't pull full guard because I want to be able to put his head to the mat and I want to stay at an angle on the side. So I put my foot on his hip, my shin is across his waist, so that way if he tries to jump over my body, I have a way of blocking him. Once I cinch up the grip and I fall down and I've eliminated the worst defense I have to worry about, which is him crossing his head over my feet, now I'll throw my leg over his back to try to avoid him from doing a front roll, but I make sure that I still don't pull with my hips. This is where I got in trouble with Alistair. I started to close the guard, and from here, I started pulling, and you can see that there's an opportunity for Ryan to go ahead and pull his head out. So, when I lock up the grip, I put my chin as a point of reference on the back, I go to the side, and now, instead of just pulling with my hands, I actually use my elbow that's over his head, and I pull that up high. So when I'm here, I pull the elbow and I drive this way. So there's no gap of me driving my hips forward and for Ryan to be able to pull his head out, which is the one defense I really hate to deal with because he pops up, now I'm on bottom. If he scores easy points in the eyes of judges by doing nothing more than just surviving a choke.
Very nice. Frank, man, I really appreciate you hooking us up with that technique.
No problem.
Man. Guys, that's something, the pressure that's put in that grip, it's a strange grip, but play with it because it works so well. Everyone here today that did the seminar was really blown away by that detail.
Oh, and you videotaped, I believe you guys have footage of my variations when they front roll or when they jump over, right?
Yes, for sure.
So they can go to grapplingcentral.com hopefully and see it?
Absolutely, yeah. In fact, we'll put it on the Facebook page. So we'll have that video up. There's some really cool variations and series off of this. So keep an eye out on Facebook, on our Grappling Central Facebook page for that video. Frank, thanks so much for being
awesome,
here, buddy.
Man. Thanks for having me here, man.
Absolutely, guys.